following content is brought to you by Social Inform Media.
This story is brought to us from blockclubchicago.org. You know how sometimes we say that cops are like cowboys sometimes. They go in shooting guns blaring like, Wyatt Earp and his band of deputized marshals. It's like that may have been what happened here. They may have went in like cowboys. And I understand that there was a gunfight. I understand that, But again, if you're a cop, you just have to be careful. It's a sucky situation, but you sign the contract to join the PD. But 2 police officers will face charges. How about that? After they were involved in a shootout that wounded at least 1 bystander in July in Pilsen. The Cook County State's Attorney's Office is expected to announce what charges the sergeant and officer will face at a 10:30 a.m. news conference Friday, September 16th. The 2 were relieved of their duties by the police department as well. Now, the shooting happened July 22nd in the 1000 block of West 18th Street, police previously said. The 2 officers from the Major Accidents Division were driving to a police training academy when they came across 4 people wearing masks and standing outside a closed store. Superintendent David Brown said at a news conference at the time, citing preliminary information. Is that David Brown from Dallas? I wonder. Probably, right? But when one of the officers identified himself, one person in the group took out a gun and there was an exchange of gunfire. Police got out of the car and fired as the shooter ran away from them, continuing to shoot. A 23-year-old man in the group was wounded during the exchange, and a 35-year-old man whom Brown described as a bystander suffered a graze wound to his leg. A bystander, just a guy standing around. Now, at the time, David Brown said it wasn't clear whose gunshot wounded the men, and officers would have to do a thorough investigation of ballistic evidence. The shooting occurred along a busy stretch of 18th Street near Morgan Street. If you're from Pilsen, you know the area. Home to numerous local shops, restaurants, and an elementary school. Thank God there were no kids walking around at the time. Well, at least in the area, right? A neighbor, Maggie, was nearby when she saw 3 men in masks, one of them waving a gun that morning, she said at the time. Maggie asked to be identified only by her first name. Maggie said, "We heard the gunshots and we ducked down. The violence was abnormal for the block," neighbors said. Maggie was shocked by the shooting so early in the morning. Looking outside, she could see people walking to work. Now, it's being investigated by the Civilian Office of Police Accountability, or COPA. From what I've heard, the COPA, particularly there in the Chicago area, has 0 powers. So why they're investigating it, I don't know. But people have told me that, they don't have any, they're a civilian, they don't have powers. Like, the cops don't listen to them. And they probably don't. They're a civilian office of police accountability. But here's the thing again where, look, it's a tough situation. You're getting shot at, you're going to shoot back. But what police have to understand, it's like car pursuits. That's why in Los Angeles now, if the car pursuit gets too dangerous, the police will just pull it off and say, "We're done. See ya," and let the helicopter circle and watch the guy. Because if a cop is chasing somebody and there's an accident and somebody gets killed, that cop is liable for that death or injury or damages. And that's why they go up, back off, because they're liable for that. Same thing with shootings. These cops start shooting back at these guys, an innocent bystander gets shot in the leg, the cops are liable. Yeah, it might be a sucky situation. This is a tough call. I don't really know if the cops should be charged or not. They were being shot at. They shot back. However, according to training and doctrine with law enforcement, they shouldn't have been shooting back if they were bystanders. They should have been like, whoa, whoa, take cover, take cover. We need backup. These guys are shooting at us. It's like when somebody takes a hostage, and this has happened before, and the cop goes to shoot the suspect, and he goes to shoot the robber or whatever, and he shoots the hostage. The cop is in trouble. And then the person sues the city and taxpayers pay the lawsuit. Yeah. It's kind of the same situation. This guy that got shot in the leg, this bystander, he's getting paid. Oh, he's getting paid. You can believe that. Time to make it rain, taxpayers in Pilsen. Because he's getting paid. So it's a tough call. What do you say, But at the end of the day, if there are innocent bystanders around, you just can't do it. Because once you pull that trigger, the bullet's gone. You can't recall it. This ain't an email message. It's a bullet.